I just seen a video of 50 Cent talking about how they had a deal with Reebok. They had the G Unit sneakers, right? But nobody in G Unit was wearing the sneaker. So he called a meeting. He brought everybody in, and he started checking around. I guess like he was looking at people's shoes, and he was like, "Oh, y'all got Gucci, y'all got Louis, y'all got this, y'all got that. Where's our sneaker? How come y'all ain't got our sneaker on?" And then he proceeded to say, that's why you're not getting the checks anymore. The check that he secured that bag. He secured that check. So nobody else is due anything. They're not owed anything. They have a brand together, the collective, but he's the one putting in all the work to build that brand. He owes them nothing. You understand what I'm saying? And so, whoever was interviewing him, they were like, oh, well, what was the reaction of the guys in G Unit? So he proceeded to say something that was super profound that led me to actually gather 5 more quotes of 50 Cent, because 50 Cent is mad intelligent, bro. 50 Cent is super philosophical, super smart, and just like one of the best to ever do it. So that quote that he said that isn't on my 5, but it's like a bonus quote that I'm gonna share with you. He said something along the lines of, everybody gets upset and makes it feel like you're taking something from them when you decide to stop giving. People want to use you. People like what you have to bring to the table. But when you decide to stop giving it, they'll actually take it personal. They'll actually get upset. And they'll actually act like you're taking something from them. Meanwhile, all you're doing is stopping giving and pouring from your cup when you realize ain't nothing going back into that cup. You pouring out of your cup and ain't nobody reciprocating. So you stop pouring. Then all of a sudden, the things that you were pouring yourself into get really aggressive and upset and act like you owe them something. And that's a shame, man. People are crazy. Like, people are freaking nuts, man. But I'm glad that I didn't have that specific emotion by myself, and that I'm not unique to that experience. It was really cool to see it in a video where 50 Cent was actually talking about feeling that same thing. So here's a mate for the road. A smile for the thumbnail. I may or may not use that, who knows, for the thumbnail for the video, but I thought it was a little funny Easter egg. Before I get into these 5 quotes, I want to say thank you everybody who followed. We're getting the numbers up. We're getting closer to the goal of 200 subscribers on YouTube. Let's do this. Long form content on YouTube, short form content on the TikTok and on the Instagram. Thank you all for being here. Y'all could have been anywhere on the internet, but you chose to be with me. So I'm gonna make this short, sweet, and to the point. Let's get into it. Y'all know how it's set up. I'm gonna read a quote that I just pulled from ChatGPT, just printed out, and I'm basically reading for the first time and share with you my thoughts raw, straight up, me and you. All right. Number 1. Now these are all from 50 Cent. Most of them are from, yes, all of them are from The 50th Law, which is a book that was written by Robert Greene, who wrote The Laws of Human Nature and The 48 Laws of Power, The Laws of Seduction, or The Art of Seduction, so on and so forth. He wrote some really, really good books that, they are definitely Machiavellian, but they are about human nature. And if you plan to succeed in life, then you must study and understand human nature, because you are dealing with humans in anything that you do in life, whether you're looking for a relationship, whether you are looking for a job, whether you're looking for money, you're looking to make a sale, you're looking to get somebody to hire you, whatever the case is, you want a better relationship with your family, with your kids, with your parents, whatever the case is, you understand humans and you have a step up. You have like an advantage, okay? So, number 1, your fears are a kind of prison that confines you within a limited range of action. So fear limits your potential more than any outside force. Your biggest enemy is yourself. You're the one holding you back from your dreams. And the beautiful thing about that is that once you take that accountability, you could change. You could choose where you're putting your time, where you're putting your energy, where you're spending your money. You can't look at your statement and be like, oh my God, I don't have any money. Who spent my money? You can't look in the mirror, see yourself all out of shape and be like, oh my God, who got me out of shape? It's you. You have that power. You could change your life. You take accountability. You understand? You have goals that you haven't reached yet. It's not your boss's fault. It's not your manager's fault. It's not your mama's fault. It's your fault. Take accountability and you can actually start to achieve. You can actually start to succeed. You understand what I'm saying? Number 2, the greatest fear people have is that of being themselves. Ooh. So chat gave me a meaning with all these, but I'm actually reading the meaning for the first time ever. So let's see what it says. The greatest fear people have is that of being themselves, meaning most people hide behind roles and expectations instead of owning their truth. Bro, especially if you are on some sort of stimulant or depressant. For real, for real. Like if you're smoking weed every day, or if you're on shrooms every day, or if you're drinking every day, or whatever vice that you have that is affecting how you think. I mean, like, it's really easy to get caught up in the normalcy of things and the obligations and expectations that others have of you. But don't give in to the expectations that others have of you. Learn yourself, learn your shadow self, like Carl Jung said. Like I've been telling you, learn about your subconscious, because your subconscious is where all the magic happens. You see, that's the realest you. And when you find yourself, not in alignment with how you can grow and how you can succeed, if your goals aren't even in alignment with the shadow self, with the true identity that you have of yourself, then I'm sorry, you're destined for failure. But that doesn't mean we can't change. So hear me out. This is what we got to do. You got to recognize who you are. You got to do some meditations to who you are. You got to talk to your motherfucking self. You're going to seem crazy. That's fine. But nobody else is doing that hard work. Nobody else is doing that shadow work. Nobody else is reprogramming, realigning, and getting in touch with their subconscious. Nobody else is doing this stuff. This is us. This is a us thing. I'm the only crazy ass loco motherfucker walking around telling people about how important it is to reprogram your subconscious. I promise you, I have not met a single soul down here in South Florida who's on the type of time that I'm on. And not saying that's not a diss. I hope to attract more people who think like that. And I spread my message and people it really makes sense to them. They're like, wow, you know what? I never thought about it like that. Or, oh, wow, that's so true. But I'm the only one out here starting that conversation. I'm the only one out here like, yo, peep this, man. You want to change your life? Philosophy is the key to change your life. Because when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Nobody else is doing this. That's my mission. That's my purpose. You understand? So the greatest fear people have is that of being themselves. They don't know even how they can freaking express themselves. And that's so sad. You get caught up in a cycle. You got to make decisions. You got to make big decisions, tough decisions for you. Don't avoid those tough decisions, man. I'm not perfect. Sometimes I'm avoiding a tough decision and then boom, I'm like, yo, snap out of it, kid. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Who are you? Like me talking to myself, like, come on, man. What are we doing? Push yourself. Number 3, freedom comes from understanding the world, not running from it. Meaning, to be truly free, you must face reality head on. How many times I've been telling y'all motherfuckers, man? Remember that quote by Machiavelli that I share with you all the time? That says, he who is more concerned with what should be as opposed to what is actually pursuing his own downfall rather than his own longevity or perseverance. Meaning, like if you dumb that down for just me and you, like, bro, if you are too busy crying about what should be, then you'll never learn how to play the game of life with the rules of what is. I don't want to hear what should be. Let's talk about what is and how we could move with what is to make our dreams happen, to make our dreams accomplish, a success, a reality. Got to understand what is and play the game for what is. That's why I'm like, yo, study human nature. Because it's not what should be. Like, oh, well, humans should be more kind. Humans should be more accepting. Guess what? That's loser mentality. Doesn't matter what they should be like. This is what they are like. So let's learn it. And let's fucking infiltrate from the inside out, bro. Let's make it happen. Understanding how people really are. So freedom comes from understanding the world, really taking the time to dissect it, analyze it, and think like, okay, this happens, these are the patterns, this is what I'm picking up on. You know, God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth, so you should listen twice as much as you talk, meaning you should shut the fuck up every once in a while. More often than not, you should shut the fuck up. Stop sharing so much. Stop telling everybody everything. Stop snitching on yourself. Stop sharing every single impulsive thought that you have. Take a deep breath. Observe. Don't absorb. Observe. Number 4, when you show yourself to the world and display your talents, you naturally stir all kinds of resentment, envy, and other manifestations of insecurity. You cannot spend your life worrying about the petty feelings of others. Meaning, shine regardless of who feels threatened. You know how many people I've been around that I feel like I gotta dim my shine just to make them feel okay? If you can't talk about your achievements and how proud you are of yourself with your peoples, they ain't your peoples. Sometimes I meet somebody, they have such a cool vibe and they're about uplifting and enlightening each other that it's like, yo, like this feels so different and so much more real, so much more progress based than a conversation with somebody who's supposed to love you, who you have to dim your shine around. That's not cool. That's not cool at all. And people are constantly projecting. Remember in one of the last videos that I talked about, you know, it's like understanding. I think the last 2 videos I talked about this, where everybody is like a mirror of you and you are a mirror of them. So like what you find annoying in somebody else, you got to take some time to see if that's something that you have. You know, understanding that people are projecting, people are really jealous of you, really envious, especially when you got something to offer the world, when you display your talents, when you aren't scared to make an error, when you aren't scared when you're learning a new language and you say the wrong word and people laugh at you and you literally mentally take note and you learn. You're like, okay, that word means that and this word means this, and I'm never going to make that mistake again because I made that mistake and I felt it. That's the only way to learn anything. Not all of my jokes be hitting, but I be making jokes. Not everything I say is deep, but I be talking. Not every punch that you throw is gonna land, but fighters be throwing punches. Don't dim your shine for others, man. Stay away from those people. Distance yourself. Close the door slowly or fast as fuck. I don't care. Whatever you feel like you gotta do, because either way, they're still gonna react. What I've noticed is that you could close the door slowly and they're still gonna act out. They're still gonna act like some baby bullshit and react and try to get you on their level. Don't give in. Don't give in. Respond accordingly, man. Stay calm, stay stoic, stay on your medium, stay on your baseline. Let them react, do whatever. Let them be insecure and project and have resentment and envy and all these low vibrational feelings. It doesn't do you any good. Keep on doing you. Keep on pursuing and achieving your goals and dreams, okay? Oh, that's a thumbnail I like. This one right here. Yeah, I'm gonna use this thumbnail for the video. Number 5, opportunity doesn't come from outside. It comes from within. It is created in the moment. Meaning, stop waiting for permission. Move now, even if you're unsure. Yeah, you know, like a lot of us entrepreneurs are like wannabe entrepreneurs. You know, like we'll study, plan, but never execute. So if you spend way more time planning than executing, like you gotta execute. This is me executing. Yeah, I'm not rich off of YouTube yet. I'm building my personal brand. For years, I've been knowing what Gary Vee said. Make long form videos on YouTube and put the short form on Instagram and TikTok. I've been knowing that, but I wasn't executing. I was planning. So here's the thing. You execute and you tweak along the way. But if you don't have anything to tweak, then how the fuck you gonna succeed? You get what I'm saying? And so opportunity doesn't come from outside, it comes from within. So think about this too. If you're not building up yourself, opportunity is just gonna pass you by. Because if you're not training and you're not ready for when opportunity comes, oh boy, it's going to come and it's just going to slide by because you ain't ready. You got to stay war ready. You understand? For when the opportunity comes, you strike. You got to stay trained. Let's say you're like, oh, like, I'm a model. I'm beautiful. One day I'm going to be in a freaking Calvin Klein commercial, right? But then you let yourself go. And after a couple months, you're flabby and you don't have abs and this and that. Calvin Klein reaches out to you. Hey, like, you put in your submission to want to be in our magazine, our advertisements a couple months ago. We're hitting you up. We're following back up, and we would love to do a last minute shoot on Friday. You're going to be in the thing. You're like, Friday? I got 2 days in and I'm never going to look as good as I did a couple months ago. Why? Because you weren't ready for the opportunity. The opportunity came and you weren't ready to take it, to strike. You understand? So you got to stay ready. Stay training. Stay working on your skills, okay? So that was awesome, man. Nice, short, sweet, to the point, not even 20 minutes. So let's recap real quick. Remember, people are always going to feel some type of way when you stop giving them something. They're going to feel like you took it from them. They're going to make you feel like you owe them. Don't pay them no mind, all right? Understand where you're investing your time, energy, and money. That's your choice. Your fears are a kind of prison that confines you within a limited range of action. Fear is the number one killer of dreams, man. Remember what Will Smith said? I know it's funny to call Will Smith after, like, it's been almost a year. I don't know. I thought it was gangster that he slapped him. But anyway, he said, fear is false evidence appearing real. I'm sure he's not the one who created that quote, so don't like tie it directly with Will Smith. But think, false evidence appearing real. It's not real. It's not real. It's your anxieties. It's your thoughts. It's you have control of this right here. Think and grow rich. Think and grow rich. Men are rich here before they're ever rich in their wallet or in their bank account. They're rich here. All right? The greatest fear people have is that of being themselves. Get in touch with yourself. I've been telling you for months now. If you need some help, if you want to talk about it, hit me up. We could talk on the phone. Text ain't gonna do nothing for you. DMs ain't gonna do nothing for you. I can't really consult you over DMs or text. It's just not gonna happen. Hit me up, say what you want to talk about, and let's get on the phone. Let's get on a fucking Zoom call. Let's have a real chat, man. A real chat. Number 3, freedom comes from understanding the world, not running from it. Yo, it's tough love, baby. I gotta teach my kids how to really move in this world. You know, I thought, I was like, yo, am I pure enough to be the father of children? Man, honestly, what the fuck does it matter? We do not live in a pure world. Yeah, children might be pure. They come into the world pure. But if I don't teach them how to maneuver and how to be like the world is and understand it, they're doomed. My parents moved me out of Brooklyn when I was mad young. And then when I moved back to the city, it was like, oh, like, yo, you're like a deer in headlights. Yeah, because I'm in fucking Pennsylvania, like a deer. For real. A deer in the woods. And then I moved myself to South Florida. And it's like, yo, I got to learn how to maneuver out here. Thank God I used to go to Brooklyn a lot when I was a kid. So it's like, you know, when I was a teenager, I learned how to move. The people that I went to high school with, they didn't know how to move. They didn't have to move around in a city like that. But yeah, freedom comes from understanding the world, not running from it. Understanding, like, don't be like, you know, wrapping your kids up in bubble wrap and helmets and shin guards and knee guards and this and that. Let them fall, let them scrape themselves, let them get bruised, let them learn. Let them learn. Because the world is tough. When you show yourself to the world and display your talents, you naturally stir all kinds of resentment, envy, and other manifestations of insecurity. You cannot spend your life worrying about the petty feelings of others. Bro, hate don't come from the top. Hate comes from the bottom up. Winners don't look at people trying and be like, haha, look at them trying. No, losers look at people trying from the bottom up and go, oh, wow, you're never going to succeed. You're never going to win. This and that, you know, you're only doing this because of me, and we did all this and blah, blah, blah. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Hate doesn't come from up. Hate only comes from below. You understand? Opportunity doesn't come from outside. It comes from within. It is created in the moment. You be ready to strike, man. You be ready. You got to train. You got to be ready for when opportunity comes. Yo, let's wrap this up in under 20 minutes. Much love to you. Thank you so much. Y'all could have been anywhere, but you were here rocking with me. Love you. Till next time. Peace.